Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. I am your host, Sybil, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. So grab your pen and paper, grab a great girlfriend, get situated, and let's get into the show. What's up, great girlfriends? It's Sybil here, and I am so excited to be back with another episode of the podcast. I'm coming in today with what I consider one of my juicier, grittier, funnier, lighthearted reads of 2022. And I'm so grateful to have a great girlfriend joining me today. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you are joining us in the Great Girlfriends Facebook community at the Great Girlfriends, and you're leaving your iTunes review every single week, because we need that information to make sure you let everybody know how you feel about the podcast. So what I'm holding in my hand is about to be your new favorite read, and I'm going to do this number so you can see it. Bam. All right, let me get into who this person is. She's just such an amazing woman, and she's so fun, and she's so, she's so generous with her spirit. Long before Tameka Foster Raymond was known for her high-profile marriage and drama-fueled divorce, she lived a vibrant life as a self-made success in the fashion world, curating the wardrobes and images of many of today's award-winning entertainers. And this honest, sincere, witty, doggone funny, sofunny.com, and at times gut-wrenching memoir, Tameka opens up about her childhood influences, coming of age in Oakland, and losing her first love without losing her decorum, dignity, or her ability to dream. She shares details of her own brush with death, as well as the heartbreak she endured after losing her 11-year-old son. Here I Stand is about growth, renewal, perseverance, and optimism, and ultimately about striving to remain in a beautiful state. I want you to get ready to enjoy quality time with me and our newest great girlfriend, Tameka Foster Raymond.
Hey.
Tameka.
Yes.
The book. Hey, we got the book. Hey, we got the book. This is not a book. Let me tell you what this is. I felt like it was a psychological thriller. I was like, and then what? Did you do that? What? That happened? Oh my gosh. What? He did what? You were where? And then you
my life.
in the sunshine, right? Because look at you now. Look at you. So Tameka, okay, the book came out. I have so much to say, so much to talk about, because this book, came out. I bought a bunch of copies. I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy you wrote a book. I can't wait to have people. So I passed it around, and I didn't get to read mine until like December.
Oh, okay.
It was sitting beside my bed because it was like the next read. And I kept like doing stuff, getting past it. And I was like, I still didn't get into this book. I get into the foreword, and I was like, oh, I already feel the character of this book coming alive. And then chapter 1, pull up to the bumper. I was like, oh, snap. Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. This book is a very detailed brush with all facets of life, Tameka.
That's a very good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Every facet of life, every feeling, every emotion, all the touch points happen in this book, to the point that I was up late, like, you fight to read the next page. And I'm going to tell you, the last time that happened to me was when I was reading Coldest Winter Ever. And I know you're not winter.
There are parallels, because there's things that happen in my life that were very reminiscent of that. They really are.
Yes.
I know.
And there were so many moments
where I was definitely winter in my early days.
Yeah. I was like part in your back seat. I was like, I'm in the back of the car. Okay, wait, Tameka's on the ledge. Now I'm on the side calling the fire department. Okay, wait, where am I? Because I can't be in a car. She's going to need a fireman this time. Okay, she might need the police this time. She might need a private detective this time. Because your great girlfriend position, you always got to fight. You're like, how we rolling today? Oh, did she do that? So I just want to celebrate the candidness of this, because you could have written a very glossy book that made everything perfect, but you made it so human. and you made it so honest. And I want to just really give you the respect that you do for this book. And I want to encourage everybody, go out. Let me make sure I'm
Thank
turning it the right way
you.
and get your copies of this book. So, all right, I said all that to say I'm cheering this book forward, and I'm cheering it to the movies because I feel like there's a whole film or a show.
I was thinking, I watched that Girl Out the Window Next Door to the Man, whatever that movie, that Netflix show. I think there's a series in here.
There's
I think
a whole
there's a
situation
series.
here.
This is a whole situation. This book is
The
going.
chapters are never ending.
It's just shit.
They're never ending.
You know what? And I I literally wrote it. Okay, I wrote 3 of the chapters, I'll tell you, 10 years ago. Like when I first went through my divorce, I wrote 1 chapter. When I lost my son, I wrote it almost like a diary type chapter. And then after that, I wrote a chapter called Mad at God when I was mad. That's when I was just mad about things going on. I felt like Marvin Gaye, like what's going on? Like things just going on. The world was just driving me nuts. And I wrote, it was called Mad at God, just mad at all, not selfishly, not just because of my son or my mother or my son's father and all these different things. It was because of just things that people were going through. I'm like an empath. I think so. I think I'm empathetic I feel it. It affects my mood, things going on around. That's why I like to travel and get away, because I literally be walking around with a mad look on my face because I'm upset about things in the world. It's not always my life. So anyway, I wrote the book, from the perspective of just everything that really happened and as it happened. Yeah.
Why now? Why is this a safe time to put this out?
It's never safe. It's never safe.
It was never safe? Okay, good to know. Okay. Because you're helping me right now.
I don't know if I'm safe for putting it out. I think that I'm just okay with whatever that looks like. I'm okay with whatever repercussions it is, because I'm okay with defending on why I took my stances in the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't scared. I ain't never scared.
Clearly, according to chapters 1 through 12.
Period. Period. That good. Nope.
So, okay, let's get into There Once Was a Girl Named Tameka. I want to talk about her. Fill that sentence in for me. There once was a girl named Tameka.
No, because I don't believe in run-on sentences. It'll just be like, there once was a girl named Tameka who started a fire, did this, did that, married, divorced this person, fought that girl, choked that one, spit in that one's face, went to court, got out of court, went back, got locked up, got out of jail, went on vacation, went to dinner, she went to Bali. I love it. She bought a Benz. She got rid of the Benz. She wrecked the Benz. She bought a Bentley. She got rid of the Bentley. She bought a Range. She ran over a light post. She did this. She started a fire again. Like, my shit is crazy. She went fishing. She went shopping. She returned it. She brought it back. I am a lot of things. I'm a lot of things. I'm not one thing. But what I am at the end of the day is a good person. Yeah. And I can say it. You know, usually I know how my heart ends up. At the end, I'm always thinking I lead with my heart. I really do. It's not necessarily good. It's not good, but it's not bad either, because I'm a real person. So I say I say what I feel. People can't take that. People hate it. She's mean. She got an attitude. I can't believe she said that. No, I said it because it was what I felt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not rude. Like, I'm not going to curse you out ever. I will never curse you. I mean, for me to curse you out, you have to do something where I just don't care and I'm ready to fight. You know what I mean? I don't care, but I'm not going to curse you out. Nothing makes me mad enough to curse somebody out. I'm going to be sarcastic a lot of you, though.
Very quick-witted, as we've learned.
Yeah. And that sometimes can piss you off first, because I find that people be more mad at me for things I said because I never physically touched anybody. I never took your man. I never took your money. I never did anything. But my smart mouth makes people madder because they know I'm speaking truth. Truth cuts like the sharpest razor.
It's the hardest.
Like you just murdered them. You'd be like, all I did was tell the truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
You don't like the truth?
Don't like. People don't
They
like the
don't like
truth.
the truth.
People don't want the
They
truth.
can't stomach it.
They
But I want to
can't.
get back. I want to talk about her because she was born into Black excellence. I saw the picture and I saw the royalty and the regality of your family. And I said, wow, look at this beautiful portrait of what life is supposed to be, right? And when you're little and you have no idea of what the world is or what it can do, like you imagine certain things. And I feel like you've touched those spaces. Some of those things that you imagine, I feel like you experienced a lot of those. But some of those lows, I think we would have never scripted that.
Right.
We could never script these things, or even, you'd say, no, I'll trade this low for that low. But
The lows have been so low.
what did the little girl see and want?
Listen, the little girl wanted to be a lawyer. The
Wow.
little girl aspired to be a lawyer. And then at about 12, I said I didn't want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. And then my
Mm.
dad was like, you have to have a very steady hand and you got to stop drinking soda. I don't know where he got that from, the caffeine. He told me I couldn't have soda. I was like, it ain't not that damn serious.
Oh
I
my
don't know
gosh.
what career you want me to have, but I can't drink soda. Oh shit, that ain't it. That ain't it. Because I can't promise you that for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna have a Pepsi. You can forget it. I don't know.
Right.
So,
Some neurosurgeons drinking a Sprite, listening like, okay, her
like,
dad's wrong. Like, it's like,
please, I had
that's not
crack today. What do you mean? They're like, didn't you see the surgery? Yeah, no, but I was gonna do it by the book. So, because anything I do, I have to also do at a high level.
uh-huh.
So, yeah, I could have probably finessed my way through medical school, and I could have definitely passed all the tests because my brain's very fast and smart. I can catch on things and I can memorize, and I could have wiggled my way as I would have been a surgeon, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't have done it at a high level because my dad said if I drank soda. So he took me. I was like, I'm gonna be a like mediocre surgeon. Oh, I can't do it.
At the
Shit.
clinic. Yeah, you didn't want to be a
Yeah,
clinic
you want to have
surgeon. You
me at
wanted to
the
be like,
clinic doing outpatient, like sewing up little knee scrapes and shit. You like, I ain't no real surgeon.
right, right. You're trying to
I'm
be
about
Dookie,
to,
like next level.
yeah, like
So
fix
that's what you
Pookie Toe.
wanted.
He stubbed it. I don't want to do Pookie Toe. I don't want to do Pookie Toe. I want to do the real thing. I want to be Ben Carson. Like I want to be the real.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So, oh well. So that said, I gave up the dream of that. But everything I do, I do go after. So who was I? I was just always ambitious. I always wanted to be like I thought I managed my niece when I was 12. My niece was a
Uh-oh.
singer in a group called
Yeah.
Nut Nice, and Ebony ended up doing her solo career. Ebony Foster, my niece. I was her
Mhm.
manager. I was 12, and I was telling her these are songs you're gonna sing. I wrote up a contract. I wrote about it in the book. I wrote up a
Wow.
recording
Yeah.
contract with my niece at 12. I did
So
not know
there's
what I
the
was
lawyer. The lawyer's
doing.
like, we're gonna
Lawyer.
need terms and conditions. Yeah. We're
And
gonna
then
jot
I
this
have
down, get
4
this on
different colored
paper.
pens, and I underline certain parts. Like this is where you sign pink. This is where I sign, and the date was red, and the other.
And
Yes.
she probably believed it. So
I
there's
hope she can
always
find it.
there's been that power of persuasion. There's been that bright spirit and that full convincing light, right? And I saw that as you start talking through, there's so many things. And I just want to go back in this, Tameka, because from inception of the book, the chapters you talk about your brush with death. I think you were 9 or so when you were hit by the car.
Yep.
This is how you opened the book. And I was like, wait,
That's when you know
people
it's up. It's going up from there.
only going up from there. But, there's a resilience that I think is important to note, recognize, and understand. And it doesn't come from you not having perfect days. You have to have imperfect days so you understand how to be strong and how to overcome. And
Well,
I feel like
you have to have imperfect days in order to appreciate the perfect days.
that's fact. That's
See, you have to have the
absolutely
balance.
fact.
So you have to have,
Yeah.
if I didn't have so many bad days and so much sorrow and loss and God, heartbreak, like I was heartbroken. I don't even know if in the book I explained how heartbroken I was when I got divorced. Like that shit
Mhm.
I was done really for real, for real. But
Yeah.
you have to experience that to appreciate these golden days because now I'm beautiful and I'm
Yeah.
happy. And I wouldn't trade any of my circumstances for anything in the world. Like, I love my
Yeah.
life. I love waking up to sunshine. I live in California. Look at the sun right now. I
Yeah.
wouldn't trade. I don't.
All
That's what
day, every day.
just
Yeah.
about. And guess what? The days that, like, we had 2 weeks of rain in December, we needed them. I was annoyed. The landscaper couldn't
I
cut
was
the grass.
worried.
I wasn't. I was like, calm down,
I didn't move here for
rain.
this. I
Calm
moved here for
down.
the sun.
Come on. Rain
I was
down
like,
on
California, this is
me.
not what we talked about. We
I
did not
love
say we
it.
were going to do
You
this.
guys are getting an
So
interview. Look, I'm on live. They're like, what is she talking about? So I'm doing an
I was so
interview.
scared. This is hilarious. We are doing a full podcast right now.
We're doing a full
Okay,
podcast. We're off script, and that makes it more
we're
fun.
off script.
We double
But
parked
okay,
it.
so I want to talk about this. Oh, right, we got to get into this. Okay, so the resilience is a big deal because that resilient spirit gave you the strength at 9, or I think it
Yes.
was 9 that you had the car accident. Then
Mhm.
you experienced heartbreak as a teenager, madly in love, your first love. I read that part and I cried, set it off tears because I'm like,
Mm.
wow,
It was hard. That was
wow.
probably my bottom moment.
Yeah,
That probably was my
yeah,
bottom moment in my life because I felt such anguish and I felt so much fear just because I was like, I'm by myself. Like, I felt by myself. I felt really by myself. So that's why I call it a low. Like, now I don't feel by myself. So when I've like had other losses, like my son, I had other children,
yeah.
I never felt by myself totally. I felt by myself
Mhm.
in terms of adult support and friends and stuff like that. But when it comes to like feeling by myself, that's when I felt like, yeah, I could just jump off of any curb, or car
Yeah.
hood, bridge. I'm telling
Anything.
you,
Yeah.
anything to just end it all. I really
To get
felt that bad.
away.
So, but you have
Yeah.
to, I feel like if you can make it through your heart, like I said, you have to have dark times in your life in order to appreciate the bright ones.
Yeah.
So people have to know there are going to be lows and you're going to feel like it's no more making it, but always have your eye on the prize of the beautiful days. Even when you're
Yeah.
at the lowest and you feel like you're in the house by yourself and ain't nobody called your phone and you don't have nothing to eat and it's cold and you just feel awful. It's an awful day. You still have to know that there are going to be brighter days.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
You
days where
talk
you open your blinds and it's beautiful. Like today, it's beautiful, beautiful weather. Are you looking at the weather
Yeah.
here?
It's
Gorgeous weather.
absolutely
I
amazing.
was trying to like take a
So
picture how pretty it is. Mhm.
you were talking in the book about when speaking of lows, and you talked about all the ways that you got hit from the media. And there's so many misconceptions that really were birthed out of the media desiring to have the picture they wanted of the people that they wanted. And I love when I read the details of your career, Tameka, so vast as a stylist. You're busy styling Jay-Z, you're styling Lauren, you're styling the top stars in the world, and you're at a peak in your own life doing your own thing. And the media tries to tarnish you. Most people can't manage that type of misconception publicly. But
I don't know if I did.
I
I
think
don't
you
know.
did. I think you do and did because even still, the residue, when I feel like sometimes when people see or have an image of a person, a superstar, they imagine that this person belongs to them. And then here comes said new wife taking a piece of what they think is their story and they want to rescript it. So I do think you have in the past and you do still continue to be the person that you know to be. A lot of people could never stand up to that type of public misconception. What is it to me that gives you like the fortitude, as a woman to be like, this is my identity, my story is always going to be my story, regardless of who I've attached to or detached from.
Yeah,
And
I'm me
right,
still. Yeah, I'm me.
yeah. But a lot
Uh,
of people have fallen to that. So how do you do that, Tameka?
I don't know. I just try to remain my authentic self. I
Yeah,
And I don't focus on what people say anymore. I'm so busy. I have children. Like I'm a mother. So, I'm a mother
Yeah.
and I am an avid traveler. Like those things really matter to me. So
Yeah.
my interest is how can I get to another part of the world? How can I learn more about the earth? How can I learn more about how to take care of myself and what herbs will make me feel good until I'm 90? That's stuff I
Right.
really care about. I really spend a lot of
Yeah.
time on that. Or how can I create the next cool thing for people to, for public
Yeah.
consumption? I am not thinking about what somebody over in West Bumble Hell, what they're thinking of me. I don't care
Yeah.
what you write. Like, who are you? You want to come kick it
Yeah.
with me, I promise, whoever you are. You write
Right.
to whoever you are, you're mad you're not kicking it with me because I have a good time.
Yeah.
That's just
No,
that.
that's so good. And
Thank you,
you
right?
mentioned a lot about emotional intelligence. You were you said at this point in my life, I didn't have the emotional intelligence to respond the way I do now. So there's a lot of growth that comes along
Yeah.
the way with your lessons. What
Yep.
did you learn, with the loss of your son that takes you to a different level of grace and intelligence and even appreciation for your children, right?
I don't know. I don't even know if I have the full lesson with the loss of my son. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
quite understand that yet. I don't know if I get it. I wish I just, I haven't gone on this big public speaking tour about losing your child because I can't even quite articulate it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah. There's nothing you can say, and there's nothing like
Mm,
it's a place in your heart that I think you probably always reserve that space and that adoration and that affection and that joy. And I love how you have given so much light to his name through the foundation and the work you're doing in Africa. I see you traveling over to Africa and enjoying those children
mm,
and
mm,
bringing so much
mm.
light and awareness. Yeah, and I just love it because that's the power of overcoming pain is
Yes.
continuing to spread light and continuing to pour into your children. Your boys are
Well,
just
his
beautiful.
his legacy will live long, obviously long beyond his years.
Yeah,
I hope that Kyle's world, and I hope that his brothers will carry it on so
yeah,
that they keep their brother alive with them. They keep growing with
yeah,
their brother, you know? That's
yeah,
how I look at it
yeah,
because I feel, when you have an unexpected death in your life and this person meant so much to you, how do you just have a funeral and just throw the flowers and throw whatever and just be like, okay, let the doves go. And then
right.
that's just it.
Yeah, it's not that simple. Not when you've loved for real. When they're a piece of your heart, it's just not that simple. And I don't think it should be. I've learned that. I'm like, I actually want to carry these good things with me. And I don't want to feel the pain, but I wouldn't be human if I didn't feel all of it. And sometimes I feel cheated when I've had loss, you know?
That's right.
It's, yeah, sometimes you feel that cheat. So, when I think about Tameka, your heart and your love stories, I saw a theme of a passionate, devoted lover, a woman who is like, when I'm in, you're gonna get the
Ride or
whole the da da
die.
da 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 da.
Don't listen, don't fall in love with
But don't
me.
cross
Don't make
me.
me Hey, listen, don't fall in love with me if you're not for real. Because
Yeah,
you're in trouble. Like, don't fall in love with me or don't make me fall in love with you if you're not
yeah,
serious. Yeah, if you
yeah.
want to play and you want to do this, then don't do that. Let's just keep it G.
Uh-huh,
Both of us.
uh-huh.
Seriously, but don't let me be serious about you and pouring my heart into you and bearing children for you and planning our old retirement. And then you're just kidding. Psych. Like, no,
Yeah,
don't work like that.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'll be done with you. And you'll pay.
But
I'll be really
how
mad.
do you learn to forgive every time? Like you have, I don't
Oh,
want to call you a
yeah.
hopeless romantic. I want to call you a hopeful romantic because you believe that every love deserves a chance. So
You
how do you
stay in
give
a
that?
beautiful state. You remain in a beautiful state.
Mm,
So what that means is that
yeah,
doesn't mean that things don't anger you and you won't get a person checked and told, whatever. but you go back to being your beautiful self.
Yeah.
So you don't
Yeah.
harbor it. I don't harbor anger toward anybody. I don't think I hold grudges. And listen, you do something I don't like, I'm gonna say, I didn't like that you did X, Y, and Z. And I just don't want you to do it again. I don't like how it made me feel. Then I'd be like, you want to go
Yeah.
get a salad? You want some salad? Let's go eat. Because I'm not mad.
They're like, are you going to poison me with the
Yeah,
salad?
they
No,
be
we're going to
like,
have salad. Like,
why you want to eat with me? I mean, because I'm
it's a
not
trap.
mad. I just told you how I felt. That doesn't mean I'm
Yeah.
mad. When I'm mad,
I
you'll know.
love that.
Yeah, I'm not mad. You'll know.
Says the woman in, I think it was chapter 8 that showed up at the house after the birthday.
That's called getting pulled up upon. You were pulled up upon.
You were pulled up upon.
Pulled up upon.
And you earned it. You earned it. And for those of you who wonder what I'm talking about, you're going to have to read the book.
You got to
It is
get the book.
funny story. Because I can't say that I wouldn't pull up upon someone should they have given me the wrong information.
Double parked. Double parked.
I'm going to have to come pay you a visit, and we're going to have a look-see. You know, we're going to have to
Not
have a
a
talk about
look-see.
that. We're going to have a look-see. We're going to see what's going on back here. Yeah.
What's good?
Yeah. I remember one of my homegirls, she said, I don't think you'll ever need a private investigator. I said, I would never. I'm my own PI. I'm okay.
Magnet.
My own PI. Oh my gosh. So now in this beautiful state, Tameka, and when I look at your boys, they're thriving, you're thriving, your world feels peaceful. And it feels so blessed. Even when I saw her great girlfriends on Saturday at this. Oh, Ty just played me, made me think it was a beginner's hike. I came up this hill like, what just happened to me? And I got to go back down for real.
I was calling for wheelchair assistance. I was like, excuse me, that's on. Help me. You see, I got to the top. I was like, where is my car? I need my car.
I need my car. Nobody's going to push me back down. This is it.
You know what? We should reach out to a parachute sponsor for Ty for her, forthcoming, so people can like float back down.
Get me back down. What in the world? Because I have this left knee, my 90s knee. I call her Cash Money because I went to school in New Orleans in the 90s. So this 90s knee, she doesn't like hikes. So my 90s knee was like, Sybil, what are you doing? And I was like, Cash Money, it's okay. We're not in the chair. Where are we? And I'm like, it's okay, Cash Money. We're going to make it through this. We're going to get back down the mountain.
Why do you call her Cash Money?
I was in New Orleans. It was the 90s. It was the 99-2000. So she got it. So that's why her name is Cash Money, because she's a 90s
so
knee.
Funny, I can't deal.
It's what it is. But this beautiful state of yours.
Yes.
It is so connective, and I see you opened up to the world, like still open to the idea that great people, because you asked the question in the book, you said, the question people ask is, why do bad things happen to good people? And you said, the better question is, why do good things happen to bad people? And I sat with that for a good day. I was like, yeah, why does that
Seriously?
happen? But I also recognize that there's a big piece of your heart that won't allow you to care about it. I don't think you really care. I think you're so passionate about what the present has to offer that you've given up the idea that any of that stuff even matters. Like you don't even hold space to examine that.
I just don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. People will be mad. I'll be like, what are you mad at? I'm not mad. Like, I don't get it. I don't even never listen. I said in the book also, oftentimes I don't hold grudges because I can't even remember what we were mad about. I'm so off that. That's so yesterday for me. I don't even remember what the argument was over. That goes to show how my life is just moving in an upward trajectory. I'm not thinking about yesterday's problem. I try not to.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
How important have your great girlfriends been to you? Because
they're really important.
You got some loyal friends, says the book.
I do have some really good friends. I do. I have some good friends.
Yeah. What would you say to a woman who is really trying to figure out how to pick up? She fell life hit her, and she feels like she keeps getting knocked down, and she's wondering, when is it going to end? When are the punches going to stop? Like, when can I get out this match, this boxing match? What would you say to her?
I would say a lot of it is in your head. You're probably
Mhm.
fighting. I mean, I'm not saying she's not going through anything. Like, say,
Yeah.
if she's dealing with a health issue, then that's a real thing. But then the other
Mhm.
stuff that she's thinking are probably a figment of her imagination sometimes. We sometimes are
Mhm.
self-defeating. So you have to have
Come
the
on.
power of positive thoughts. If you're feeling bad, that's even the reason to pull yourself and get out of bed, even if you don't feel like it, and get yourself
Mhm.
together. Just try it, just for
Mhm.
the day. Do your eyebrows, do something. Just do something to lift your spirits and push yourself.
Yeah.
Look, get in your car and go for a ride if it's a pretty day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just have a different outlook. Like, I remember I used to think taking like long drives was bad. I started to embrace it and say, that's time I can be on, I can think, I can be on my own, I can listen to music, I can
Yeah.
plan my week. Don't like
Yeah.
I stopped thinking of it being negative, taking my kids to school and like picking them up. I was like, no, that's the perfect time for me to do that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I get to see
Yeah.
their faces and hear their reactions. So I try to pick them up and drop them off as often as possible.
That's good. I'm working
Try.
on that. I'm working
Right.
on
Just
it.
do it. I'm
Working on
telling you,
it.
make that a time that you make calls. Like on driving there,
Yeah.
that's when you designate all your phone calls that you have to do that you
Yeah.
normally be doing at home. Do it when you're
Yeah.
in the car on the car ride. Then on the way
Mhm.
back, look at that as your time to ask them questions about the teachers and how people are treating them,
Mhm.
how they're dealing with one another or whatever. That's a good
Mhm.
time, like a little family meeting. You can talk about
Mhm.
all
Okay.
because they can't get out. You moving.
Right?
You driving, I
Be
be
in that
like,
traffic.
out of your room. They be like, "Boy, when we gonna get home?" I'm
Be
like,
on the
and let me
101
find
like,
one more place under your bed. They just be like, I have to put up with this. I'd be like, what is your alternative? You need to get to school, don't you? You can't jump out while it's moving.
"You
But I
need
keep
me."
fussing. You think about it.
That's
If
it.
you
I can't
fuss
strap
at
you
home,
down anymore. That's right.
listen,
That's
when you
right.
fuss at home, the kids be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. They
Yep.
dip on you.
Yep.
Every time I
Yep.
get in a good fussing session, my kids be like, oh, my dad's on the phone. I be like, damn it, I was just about to get you. But in the
Yeah,
car,
yeah.
you can get them in the car. You can teach them. I'm serious. You can teach almost a language
That's
all the
so
way in the car.
good.
Teach one
So
French word a day. They're gonna be fluent by the end of the school year.
that is
I mean,
so
for
good.
real. Think
I
about
love
it.
that. It's so
Use it.
true. Because that
Use
ride
car
is
rides.
long. It can be, uh-huh. So what's
Car rides
next,
are teaching
Tameka?
moments. Teaching moments.
It is. What's
Um,
next?
everything. I don't
Style will
know.
always be a part of who you are, what you do, and how you roll.
I
Everything
like
is stylized.
a little bit.
Everything stylized. Yeah, a lot of it. Let's go a
I
lot of
care
it.
about it. I know. I do. I care about style a lot.
Yeah.
But and that's not fashion, guys. So I'm not saying I care about fashion because I don't care about fashion.
Yeah.
I care about style, good style. I don't care what designer made it. If it's a good style and a good fabric and it looks good, then I like it. I don't care if it's Gucci
Mhm.
or whoever, some new girl from
Yeah.
down the street. If she's making it and she does a good job on it, I'll wear it. If it's
Mhm.
something that fits me well and it makes me feel good. Now, if it's
Yeah.
some terrible polyester paper material, I probably won't wear it.
Right.
Telling you
Can't
now,
support
invest in
everybody's
your
brand.
fabric. Don't submit no bad polyester to me. I'm allergic. No.
Like, I'm
But
itching. I'm itching.
yeah, can't take it. I won't be myself. I'll be sitting there in the corner at the party like my outfit is holding me back.
Yes.
I wore a skirt to a premiere and it was very, very inexpensive and it had a zipper up the side. And I thought I was so hot.
Uh-huh.
That zipper ate my leg. It kept inching down and it was biting my leg each way. I was like, no, no,
Oh
no.
my God.
Horrible. It was
I love
horrible.
it.
And I was like, you pay for what you get. They
That's
probably
so
knocked out my
true.
stitching. It was terrible.
Right, exactly.
That's what I
Exactly.
get. Trying to get a discount.
I love it.
It was horrible. It
Right.
ate my leg. So I'm telling you, you gotta spend a little bit. You pay for
Be
quality.
discerning. Right, right, right.
Be discerning.
But
That's right.
but
That's it.
what's next? Like, what's the big What's next?
Um,
Because this book is such a milestone. What's
excuse
that?
me.
What's on our 22s?
22. So we have another collection coming out. I did one season of a line Eli Kish. I think I'm going
Uh-huh.
to do season 2. Um,
Nice.
I'm going to do that. And then I'm focused on the book. I would like to turn it into an adaptation, either a series or so I'm looking for a screenwriter, actually, somebody who really can get into it and understand those little subliminal jokes. They have to hear how I speak and be able to
Yeah.
follow it, because you can
Yeah.
easily write the story. The stories are obvious. Oh, she lost her son.
Yeah.
Oh, she lost her boyfriend. Oh, she did. Oh, she got hit by a car. But you got to get the sarcasm of my voice. And that's
Yeah.
going to be the hardest
Yeah.
part is finding a writer that kind of has the same mindset, same voice.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
working on this year. And then I have an
I
animated
love.
project, which I've been
Oh.
trying to put out forever. Yeah, a cartoon. So I got all production ideas, which is ridiculous. But on the short
Mm.
term, we're doing a fundraiser next month for Kyle's World. Because we're
Oh,
going to,
nice.
yes, yes. Kyle will
Okay.
be 21 next month. 21.
Wow.
This is his 21st birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a big deal for me.
This is a big one.
Yeah, it's a big
Oh my
birthday.
God. You got to let me know how I can support that. You have to let me know what I can
Please.
do. I'm
Yeah, well, you
so
come to the
excited.
fundraiser. I'll make sure you get
Yeah.
invited. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
where can everyone keep up with you, Tameka?
On social media, I'm like at Tameka Foster, I believe. But I think on Facebook, I may be Tameka Raymond. I'm so
Mm.
sorry. I don't know. I'm so bad with it. But I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I have a Twitter account as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So look you up at Tameka Foster or Tameka Raymond.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. I think because well,
You're
listen,
out
my
there.
Facebook, think about it. My Facebook was set up by my assistant and she connected it to my main IG. My IG is Tameka Foster. I know that.
Tameka
That's the only one
Foster.
I
Yeah.
use. Right. And so
Okay.
it feeds into the others. So I don't know what names
Mhm,
they are because
mhm.
I didn't set them up. Yeah.
Tameka Foster. We'll go with IG because that's the
Oh,
one
what
where you're
IG.
always so active.
That's
I
where I'm
just
at.
want to tell you thank you so much. And I also want to tell you this part. I don't even know if I've ever shared this with you, but I know we shared a mutual friend in Patty Webster. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not
You
know
didn't
that.
know that.
I
Patty,
I mentioned her in the
and
book.
you do. And she loved you. And she made sure, right before she passed, she would always talk about her friends in different places. I was in Jersey, you were in Atlanta. And one thing she always said about you, Tameka has the best heart. Tameka has the best heart. This was a constant.
Oh,
When I tell you, and I would be at her house and y'all would be over there. She'd be on the phone for hours. I'm like, Patty, hello? I'm still here.
that's
I
my
was on the
friend.
phone with Tameka. That's your
I'll be on the phone
friend.
with Patty for hours because
Hours.
we were what I'd say very like-minded, equally yoked in that
Yeah.
regard. She
Yeah.
was very
Yeah.
spiritual and just a good person and a person you could get good advice from. And we
Oh
would
my God.
bounce off of one another. Hmm.
She's absolute best. Absolute best. And I think it was I was a new mom at the time, and she said, you're gonna, you're gonna make sure you stay connected with all of my great friends. And I'm like, I don't even know all your great friends, Patty. And I'm like 25 at the time, new married. She's like, you're gonna make sure. And the way God works and the way things align over time, I meet this friend. I'm like, Patty used to talk about her all the time.
That's
This one used to
right.
talk about this one. And so it's really sweet to sit with you and experience that really big heart of yours.
We love you, Patty Webster.
We love you, Patty, forever, ever, ever, and
And her parents, we
always.
love it. And listen, her mother used to give me such good
Yeah.
advice as well.
Yeah, yeah. And so, and the Webster family just love them so dearly. But Patty always did have that to say, and your big heart is so evident. I just wanted to tell you
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, great girlfriends, I hope you have enjoyed this magnificent Kiki with Tameka, and I hope you will go out and grab this marvelous piece of work.
Yay. Let me
I'm
hold my husband.
celebrating you. Hold it up, hold it
Here
up, hold it
I
up.
stand. Let's go.
Go get it. Go get it. Thank you for listening and for being with us today. And make sure to check out more episodes at thegreatgirlfriends.com.
Thank you.
Great girlfriends, did you enjoy this week's episode of the podcast? If so, would you please give us your amazing review on iTunes? Every single review helps another great girlfriend get plugged into the podcast, into the community. Speaking of community, make sure you join our Facebook group, The Great Girlfriends. You follow us on Instagram at The Great Girlfriends and on Twitter at @the_greatGFS. Last but not least, we'd like to thank my amazing husband, Kwaku, Sam and Dilly, and all of you for being a part of the global community that makes us so strong. Please remember to share with your friends. Keep listening and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil Amuti, and I'm out. Peace.